Welcome back to Pocho Sports. Today's topic is going to be the NFL free agency and just what's going on right now. It's been, an eventful day. There's just a lot of players that have been signed. There's a lot of deals going on. There's a lot of deals being talked about. So we're just going to jump straight into it.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to start, let's do it. There's some pretty big ones, so let's do it.
Yeah, so throughout from yesterday till today, breaking news. Obviously, we haven't seen any news from the Cowboys, which doesn't surprise me.
So as a Cowboys fan, let me say today is probably like one of the worst days of the year. Today and when we get eliminated in the playoffs, like just those 2 days I really have to. So Jerry Jones, after we got eliminated, said the Cowboys are gonna go all in free agency. Go look up at any site that tracks these free agents, and as of 8:35 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, March 11, 2024, we have not signed a single person. We've lost a few players, but we haven't signed a single person. So I don't know what he meant by all in.
Hey, man, it's just, I don't even know what to say. So, obviously, there's so many big names across the board when it comes to free agency in the NFL. The big ones, obviously, Russell Wilson yesterday. Who would expect he signed with the Steelers? I mean, there was, speculation he got released with the Broncos, I believe, last week, right?
They cut him.
Did you say a big one was Russell Wilson?
One of the big ones.
Oh, I wouldn't even consider him a big one, to be honest. But
dude,
I thought you were gonna start off with Saquon Barkley.
No. I'm talking about. We'll get there. We'll get
there.
We'll get there. But obviously, Russell Wilson signed with the Steelers 1 year. Did the Steelers? Are the Steelers? Let me see. How can I say this? Are the Steelers playoff potential?
No.
Yes.
Why do you
with
say
Russell
no,
Wilson? No.
No playoff?
No.
Why?
Because Ravens are good at division. Wait, who was in that division? The Ravens, the Browns, and who was the last other team?
The Bengals.
As a matter of fact, no, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I think they're the playoff team.
They are a playoff team.
Look, let's put it this way. Danny, they made the playoffs last season.
Exactly.
With
that's right.
With Mason Rudolph as a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, who
they play against
Mitchell Trubisky. Who knows, man?
They played against the Bills and they were 1 and done. But they were able to make the playoffs with Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett as quarterbacks. Like Russell Wilson, 3 of those guys combined.
I think they are a playoff team, and I think the Steelers have become a dark horse. That should be. You guys are gonna say because when he was with Denver Broncos, he was playing terrible, yada yada yada. But I believe last season, towards the end, they were playing decent. It was the Russell Wilson that we knew back in Seattle. So I think Steelers are going to be good next year now that they got a quarterback that can hopefully still run, hopefully maneuver the pocket, and he has weapons. So I just think the Steelers are going to be playoff potential, and they're going to be a scary team to look at.
And don't forget their defense too. They're really good on defense too.
They're
the sleeper. I think it's a sleeper on their defense.
You got TJ Watt. So
their defense, I don't think it's ever questionable, dude. Like the defense is always at least solid.
Yeah, there you go.
Always at least solid. The offense.
Their offense is a little shaky, but now, again, they got Russell Wilson 1 year, and now they are, to me, a playoff team and a team that they should look out for.
All I'm saying is that if you can get George Pickens to actually focus on games, you can get him to control his emotions down. That guy he's arguably going to be. He reminds me of DK Metcalf.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
100%.
A huge vertical threat. Just throw that ball, and Russell Wilson has an arm. He has an arm. Just throw that ball up there and let George Pickens do the rest. And Deontay Johnson, we all know what he can do.
Exactly. So again, Steelers, they got their quarterback. Now moving on to a different one that kind of surprised me, but I saw it kind of coming. Kirk Cousins signing 4 years with the Falcons. That was shocking, but at the same time, I kind of saw it. Obviously, I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to win anything. I think he just went there for the money. That's just my opinion. Realistically, he just went there for the money.
How old is he? How old is Kirk Cousins? How old is he?
He's 35. He still got it.
And he came back from an injury too. Think about
Still
that.
got it.
Yeah, but you're with the Falcons, and you're at. I mean, you have a chance to win the division. And let's be real, that division's not good.
Yeah, the division's not good.
You have the Saints, you have the Bucks, who just
Yeah,
re-signed Baker
Yeah, the
Mayfield,
Panthers too.
and you got the Panthers and the Bryce Young. Like, really?
Wait, they also re-signed Mike Evans. So let's not forget Mike Evans.
Yeah, the Bucks just re-signed Mike Evans, but it's just again.
Wait, so in regards to Kirk Cousins, so does that mean that Kyle Pitts is finally gonna get his fucking recognition that he deserves in regards to like the yards that he gets, bro? 'Cause
I think so.
fuck, bro.
I
They
think
did
so.
not use him last season at all.
Dude.
And he's so good. Like, it's crazy.
Hey, Josh, you bring up a really good point, dude. That's a really good point because in Minnesota, Kirk used to throw a lot to what's his face,
Their tight end, yeah.
T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah.
T.J. Hawkinson,
But then he got traded to the Lions. No, what am I saying? Yeah, right.
No.
No, he got traded from the Lions to the Vikings.
Okay, sorry.
But last season he had a great season, and it was with
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. He got a lot of receptions, he got a lot of yards, and he got a lot of points for fantasy players.
That's a good point, man. That's a sleeper pick right there in Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, that's why I was debating on mentioning that, but I was like, fuck it, it's fine.
And Drake London too. That was pretty good. They're underrated too.
Nah, screw Drake London, bro. He went to USC.
Sorry, UCLA. My bad.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's just, again, I feel like he just went there for the money. I mean, his time with Minnesota was over, personally, but we'll see what happens. It's gonna be an interesting thing to see. It's gonna be weird that he's in a Falcons jersey. I feel like he's another Matt Ryan 2.0. That's the way I see it. Matt Ryan 2.0. But hey, hopefully he is successful. But we'll see. I mean, they do have a new coach as well, right?
Yeah,
new head coach or no?
Yes, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They fired Arthur Smith last year.
Yeah,
I'm trying to. I don't remember who they hired, but I know they fired Arthur Smith last year as their head coach.
All right. Well, last week we did.
Can I say something, Danny?
Yeah, go.
A lot of people were saying about Kirk Cousins' contract. You think he got overpaid?
I think he got overpaid for his age.
For his 180, isn't it? 4-year 180.
4-year 180.
Jeez, oof.
Yeah. So moving on. Last week we talked about running backs. Today, running backs were in the market. It was a crazy day for running backs. I mean, I called Austin Eckler going to Washington. Perfect market for him. Obviously, Washington has a lot of cap right now. 2-year contract. I don't know how much. $11 million. I mean,
you think he got overpaid for that? Going off what he did last year and just the age that he's at right now, which is 30 years old.
I think he did get a little
bit.
That's top. That's a top pay for a top running back, and he just wasn't performing last year.
But that's what he wanted.
You guys think he got overpaid?
I think so for the age and what he produced last season.
I think that's a pretty fair deal.
Fair deal. Okay. I mean,
it's 2 years, $11 million. You got guys like Barkley, Jacobs, and what's his face, Tony Pollard get 12 per year.
Yeah, they get a yearly. Yeah.
I mean, I saw it coming. Austin Eckler's time in the LA Chargers was just over. I mean, it's how Josh said. He had him in fantasy, and overall we saw his games. He just wasn't producing. But again, it makes kind of sense why he left, because he wasn't getting involved no more, and he was just over. Obviously, he went to the Commanders, who are not going to win a Super Bowl anytime soon. Let's be real. Realistically, they're in the NFC East. The Philadelphia Eagles just got one of the best running backs in the league in Saquon Barkley. That's a game changer. Obviously, the Eagles are now, working with their defense a little bit since Fletcher Cox just retired as well.
Yeah.
Right? They want to trade Hassan Reddick and I believe another player. So they're reorganizing, restructuring their defense. Offensively, they got to find a new center, or they're going to use their backup center. Obviously, Jason Kelce retired. Kudos to him. Amazing center, one of the best centers in the NFL. So, yeah, the Eagles are a scary team coming in to this season.
And just to that, I know you mentioned Fletcher Cox retired. They also signed Brian Huff, the defensive lineman from the Jets. I believe it was yesterday or earlier today. 3-year, $51 million deal. The guy's pretty good. He was an undrafted free agent, and he earned a pretty big payout with the Eagles. And he actually had his career high in sacks and tackles last season with the Jets. So I think that's a low-key good addition for them. And that's coming from a Cowboys fan. I think it's going to help them up front.
Yeah.
Just to add, I couldn't remember the head coach name from the Atlanta Falcons. It's Raheem Morris.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Lego, for clarifying that. Josh Jacobs, that one's a shocker.
Oh yeah.
Goes to the Green Bay Packers, and they did Aaron Jones dirty by releasing him.
Also, though, I do, just because you're on, you did mention Aaron Jones. He's also, there's rumors of him being in talks with the Vikings currently. That was about like 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I was Aaron Jones, I would go to a rival team. I would.
They're doing dirty.
What they did him dirty. They just, don't get me wrong, Josh Jacobs is an amazing running back, but they did him dirty. Like, that would have been the best running back duo in the league. But
here's the thing is, I think if they would have been able to sign him, maybe you don't get Josh Jacobs. But
That's true.
my take was that they wanted to get him. They basically asked him, like, okay, we're willing to re-sign you, but you're gonna have to take a 50% pay cut.
Well, yeah, 100, yeah.
And he said no, like, hell, I'm not gonna do that. So they cut him. They cut him, and they got Josh Jacobs.
And his deal is 4-year, $48 million.
Yeah.
4-year, $48 million.
16 per year.
All right, Packers fan, give us your take.
I didn't believe it because, like, knowing that Green Bay Packers never, like, sign anything big, but when I saw this, I thought it was fake. I was like, oh, this is completely fake news. Then I saw the NFL and I saw all the tweets. I'm like, whoa, Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs together, unstoppable. That was like the best duo for like at least 20 minutes. then I saw another post saying like, oh, they're gonna release Aaron Jones, but I'm like, I was kind of sad because like I saw his rookie year to now is that you did pretty good for the Packers. But I think about it now, like the only time I hear his name the most is, sorry, Leko, when he only plays against Cowboys. He scores like more than 3 touchdowns. Like that's the only time I hear him. My honest opinion.
Hey, he scored 3 touchdowns, right? Not more than 3.
Well, what about the other games?
Oh, total. Total. He's over 3, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm like, thank you, Aaron Jones. You had a hell of a career in Packers, but there's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say.
You don't think they did him dirty though? I feel like they did.
100%.
The more I think about it, they did do him dirty. They did do him dirty.
Oh yeah.
Like, you go out and sign Josh Jacobs and tell the guy, if you want to stay, you're not going to take as much money. If you say no, then we're cutting you. Like, come on, man. That's why I said if I was him, you know what? I'm either going to the Vikings or I'm going to the Lions. Or, he can't go to the Bears because obviously the Bears signed, what's his name?
DeAndre Swift,
which is a great pickup in my mind. The Bears are right now winning free agency, in my opinion.
Dude, I think Aaron Jones might go to. He is from Texas. I think Leko knows where he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go to the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's go.
I think that's gonna happen.
Okay,
that sounds more realistically than Derrick Henry going to the Cowboys.
So I would totally be okay with the idea, like on the lower deal, maybe like a 1 or 2 year deal.
Yeah,
because he is 29. He's approaching 30. He's getting a little older, man. And, with running backs especially, after a while, injuries do start piling up.
Who do you prefer, Leko? Who do you prefer? Realistically, who do you prefer?
Okay, so on the market right now, there's a few names who I'd be interested in.
Joe Mixon is one of them.
So Joe Mixon, I'm interested in for the Cowboys. I'm also interested in Derrick Henry, and I'm also interested in Aaron Jones. If I had to put them in order, King Henry obviously first, 2 Aaron Jones, and 3 Joe Mixon.
Okay. Those are possible. Right now the big one is Derrick Henry. Where is he going to go? Because he hasn't signed. We'll probably hear it tomorrow or throughout the week. But
one thing I do want to say, and again, this could be a rumor. This is a rumor yet, right? Because a lot of news outlets haven't really said this yet. But the Baltimore Ravens offered And again, I don't know how true this is, but supposedly they offered Derrick Henry a range of 6.5 million a year.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
What the
This was an
hell?
hour ago, and yeah, dude, I was like, that's so disrespectful, bro. And like everybody else is saying the same thing, right? When you go out down to you know, what people are saying about it, but yeah. So if that's the case, dude, that's so like disrespectful, and yeah, Cowboys all the way for sure.
Dude, bro, the problem with that is that Jerry Jones, who's the owner of the Cowboys, he doesn't like spending, dude. He's like a penny pincher. He doesn't like spending. So as much as I'd be like, bro, jump on it, jump on that deal, I wouldn't be surprised if like the Ravens just gave it to him and he was like, all right, I'll do it.
Right.
I
But who
just
was it that we were just talking about right now? That Josh Jacobs, that he was gonna get 50 mil and 16 mil a year. Was it you
Derrick,
that said that, Carlos?
Yeah, 4 years, 48 million.
There you go. There you go.
So it's how much is that? That's 16 mil a year, or how much? Oh, I just want to be.
12, I think.
Oh, is that
12.
12?
It's
Yeah,
Oh,
12.
okay,
12.
it's 12. Okay, okay, all right, that
12
makes sense.
million.
Because I thought, yeah, I thought it was gonna be 16. I was like, wait, that's like top level shit right there. You know, like when it comes to running backs, especially. But
Real,
do you think they're gonna? I mean, how much do you guys think Derrick Henry? How his contract? You know, what would he be offered
I think
annually?
he'd be offered like a 3. Knowing how Jerry Jones is, he'd be offered like between a 1 year to a 3 year deal, and probably what, 8 mil a year, maybe.
Wait, guys, I got a question. Is Derrick Henry looking for the money or is he looking for the ring?
Looking for the ring. He has to
Yeah,
be
I
Oh,
think
looking
so
the
for.
ring.
if I was someone go to Baltimore any day of the week, I go to Baltimore in my opinion.
I just personally see him with the Cowboys. I mean, I called one of them with Austin Eckler going to the Commanders. Like, it was kind of obvious they have the most cap right now. But yeah, I really think Derrick Henry's going to land with the Cowboys, unless things can change. Anything can happen. It is free agency, just like Tony Pollard went to the Titans. Out of
Never
all
thought.
places, you go to the Titans. I'm speechless.
Yeah, look, the only thing I can think of, and this is what led me to my prediction about Barkley. I don't know if you guys remember last week I called Barkley going to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And the reason I said that at the time was because I knew Barkley or Saquon Barkley had gone to college at Penn State. And what other team is in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania? Philadelphia, right? Philadelphia Eagles. So it made sense for him to go back to his hometown. I did not see though I thought Tony Pollard was going to be signed with the Cowboys on a team-friendly deal. He kind of just left us in the dust, right? 3 years, $24 million, getting paid $8 million a year. He's going with Tennessee. He actually played college football though at Memphis. So again,
Okay.
back to his hometown where he played college ball at. And I honestly though, like him signing that deal with the Titans,
He cut
like
out.
I like Tony
Well,
Pollard, but we
he
saw
was gonna say something, but yeah, that was. I mean, that makes sense what he says. They're going back to their college where they played ball, but I just.
He even went to high school there too, so I
Oh,
think
he
he
did go
was,
to high school
yeah,
there.
yeah, he
I
went to high
just.
school there and then he went to college there. So it doesn't even, and it's funny because you guys saw also, right? I'm pretty sure most of you guys saw that one of the like veterans of the New York Giants, Tiki Barber, was basically, he said, "Oh, Saquon Barkley's dead to me after that move."
Yeah, I
Like he
saw
went
that,
over,
and
and I was like, "Dude, really?
Saquon.
Like, what kind of shit is that?"
Yeah, and he did a lot for the New York Giants. He really did.
Yeah, he did
He
what he
Oh
could.
yeah.
I think. I
yeah,
think he did what he could.
he did what he could again. But dude, it just Tony Pollard. I saw him going with the Texans. I just, you have a perfect offense. You have C.J. Stroud. You have those elite wide receivers.
Tank Dell,
Yeah, Tank
crack
Dell.
wide
There you go.
receiver.
And then the other one, I forgot their names,
And
but
don't forget their defense too. They're young. 27, I believe.
I don't know how old
I
is he.
think so. That's what I think. I'm just guessing on top of my.
I was just the fact that he went to Tennessee because he the reason why he was with the Cowboys was to win the Super Bowl ring. That didn't happen. Now you're going to Tennessee where that division is the Texans, Jaguars, Colts, and Titans, right? Yes, I believe so. It's like you have the Jaguars who they're
Are
here and
bumpy.
there, and then you have the Texans who are good, and then you have the Colts who are like somewhat of a dark horse. They're usually good, and then they're usually bad, and then somehow they beat great teams and they perform. So I'm shocked, and I'll say it over and over again, that he went to Tennessee. It's just, I think he's just kind of ruined his career. Obviously, he went for the money, but we'll see what happens. And then, speaking of a great team in the NFL, the Chargers signed Gus Edwards. Even though you did say it's their downfall, but I don't think so.
You said that last season. What place are you guys in your division?
Yes, we're in last, but that's because
Thanks.
we had Stanley. We had Stanley, who kept always choking the games. Like, our defense was terrible. So he's young. He's 20. Well, he's not young, but he's 28. You know, with the Ravens, he was good. He scored, I believe, 13 touchdowns last season.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a great addition to the run game. And we also signed a tight end who blocks, not like Everett, who doesn't block. So I am excited, but we still need to hit more free agent players. I think we need a wide receiver, someone who can help Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, cut him. He's done. Goodbye. We don't need you. We spent so much money to just tear your ACL, and we had no wide receivers. But yeah, I thought that was a great addition to the Chargers, so I'm excited to see what he does for the LA Chargers.
Also, Zach Moss.
Yeah, Zach Moss was going to Cincy. They're releasing Joe Mixon. I am shocked at that move.
Oh yeah, he carried my fantasy team like 2 years ago.
Well, didn't Joe Mixon one game? He got like what?
He could score 5 touchdowns. He scored
like
5 touchdowns.
Can't remember.
What was that? Well, that wasn't this year though.
No, it was last year. Last season, I picked him.
Yeah, because I had him this year. He didn't do crap.
I think he was just inconsistent, right? Like that's a lot of like these Bengal players, bro. T. Higgins too. I had him and he fucking just was doing good. Well, he was actually he had a shitty season. Well, yeah, I think he had a shitty season. He was just very inconsistent for me. And I think like the same thing with Joe Mixon. They were just very inconsistent when it came to, at least in the fantasy aspect, right?
Now that you bring up T. Higgins, what do you guys think about him? I don't know if you guys have seen his contract recently. Like they did a franchise tag on him, and he was like okay with it for like a day or two, like a week, something like that. And all of a sudden, he came out saying like, "No, I don't want to play in Cincinnati. Trade me. Like I don't want to be here."
Can they still trade him with that tag? I don't really know the rules when it comes to that. Like
they can.
Okay.
If someone's trades for him and willing to sign him to like a long-term extension. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think Cincinnati is smart in doing that, or like no, that's a bad
Well,
move?
nowadays, a lot of these NFL teams are asking for a lot. I've noticed that for certain players, which I get it, but it's just like, for example, T. Higgins, did he really do much last year? No. Obviously, you have Jamar Chase as their number one receiver. So it's just like, how much do you want for this guy if they do end up trading him? Or what would you think would be a fair deal if they do say trade?
I'd say a fair deal, like a 3rd-round pick, maybe.
I was saying 4th. I was in like a 4th-round pick.
Yeah, nothing more than that though, for sure.
Okay, I mean, I guess that's fair. I mean, we're still, Xavier McKinnon, Carlos. You guys got a safety. You guys are boosting your defense.
Finally, it's about time. I'm pretty happy about that pick. I'm pretty excited, and people say he got overpaid. I'm just like, I don't think so.
4 years, $68 million for a safety.
How many?
4 years, $68 million.
$68 million.
$68 million.
Wow. What team does he come from, McKinney?
The Giants.
The Giants.
He's 24 years old.
Oh man, he played Alabama, I think, right?
I believe so.
That name sounds so familiar. I think he did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he played Alabama. Carlos, you're not gonna want to hear this, man. That's an overpay.
All right then.
Why do you think it's an overpaid?
Well, look, taking like a holistic approach to it, the Giants' defense got slaughtered last year twice by my Cowboys. with Pigscott looking like an absolute monster out there, like I mean, I don't think there's a lot of good stuff to like about the Giants defense that you would pay. I mean, 4 years, $6-8 million bucks, but that's just my opinion, I guess.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I just think the Packers. It's gonna be interesting to see the Packers versus the Bears because the Bears are going all out.
Oh yeah. Oh
So,
whoa.
so
But look, go ahead, Carlos.
Whoa. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a war zone in the NFC North. It's gonna be. Oof. It's gonna be good.
why do you say that?
Because Detroit, they got better. We got it's day by day with us because Jordan Love's our first year quarterback. Vikings are getting there. I think so. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Jordan Love, dude, he carried you guys. He beat
I know,
the Cowboys.
but
He
think
almost
about
beat
it.
the
Who would have
49ers.
thought? Like I never thought we were going to go to the playoffs, especially that far, like we did.
He was playing well, and it's how Leko brings up a good point. He's been saying it. They're gonna re-sign him to, what would you say again? What was like the deal that you
It was
said?
like 4 years, 120.
I was guessing 4 years, 120. But if Kirk Cousins getting 4 years, 180, Jordan Love's probably gonna get freaking, I don't know, 4 years, 190 at that
Yeah.
rate. I mean, they're gonna have to pay him a lot of money. I mean, they're gonna have to pay him a lot of money, dude. That's all I'm gonna say. And I will say this: I will say the Packers, they surprised me, and I think so far in the offseason, minus Xavier McKinney, I think that's an overpay. I think Josh Jacobs is a better running back than Aaron Jones is right now.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Because
I do think you guys did lose David Bakhtiari, who, when healthy, one of the best left tackles in the NFL.
oh yeah, he's like top 3 in the tackles division.
Yeah, without a doubt, one of the best left tackles in the game. But I do think the Packers are up there in that division. The Bears are making strides. I think the Bears have made a bigger stride today. And let's not forget, they still have the number 1 overall pick. So, we'll see what they do with that. But definitely, I still will give that division to the Lions. I say the Lions, the Packers, and the Bears. The Bears approaching the Packers.
Okay. Going on to another player, the Raiders have been actually making moves with their new GM and Tom Pelissero. Quarterback, they signed Gardner Minshew. Is he a starting quarterback?
Yes.
You think so? Over
Jimmy
porn
G,
star Jimmy?
He's not there.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, he's not
Jimmy's
there.
there.
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's there.
Yeah,
He's still there. I thought they cut
He's
him.
injured, right?
Yeah, he's injured. I think they are going to
No,
cut
he's
him.
suspended.
What?
He's suspended.
There he goes. He's suspended.
Oh.
But I heard they want to cut him.
I would. Shit,
I
I
did
would.
hear they didn't want to cut him.
What's his name? The quarterback they have right now.
Quarterback that they have right now, I currently don't know,
Aiden?
but he's a rookie, right?
Yeah, he's like a rookie.
I don't know who the quarterback. Oh, Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
O'Connell. There you go. Look, Aiden O'Connell, I think he's kind of underrated, to be honest with you. I think he played pretty well last year. And I don't know why the Raiders are like in such a hurry to go out and get a new quarterback. It's like, why not just run it back? I mean, just run it back with him and see what.
But you lose Josh Jacobs.
That's true. Yep.
You lose Josh Jacobs, who was a big part of the Raiders.
Yeah, but I mean, they also have Zamir White, who basically plays one game last year and he goes off. Maybe he plays 2 or 3 games. I could be wrong, but there's one game where he started and the guy went off. I think he's a really good running back actually. He could have a spot in the league.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens with the Raiders. But they also, Miami released their, I believe, defensive end or defensive tackle, Wilkins. And the Raiders signed him. That's huge for the Raiders. Huge.
Yeah.
Now you're partnering with Max Crosby, which dangerous.
You got Max Crosby, and then you got Wilkins up front.
Yeah. And then right now, I think the Broncos need a quarterback now, which I believe they'll be looking in the draft. I don't know if that's true.
What's their overall?
What's their what?
Overall pick?
Oh, that's a good question, Carlos. Definitely gonna be top 10.
Yeah, definitely top. Yeah, or top 15, I believe. I really don't know, but hey, I mean, there's JJ McCarthy, but I don't. Blanco says he's not good.
Dude,
And don't forget, hey, don't sleep on Bo Nix too from Morgan.
Okay, now that one, I don't know about that one.
Don't sleep on him too. That's what I think.
Carlos, we're not sleeping anyway. We're just saying facts, bro. JJ McCarthy ain't it.
He reminds me of another Bryce Young, to be honest.
We'll come back to this. He ain't it.
Okay,
All
so
right.
my
From the
question.
person who just won a national championship. Come on.
That's a topic for another day.
Dude, bro, the running back carried them, bro.
Seriously,
The running back carried them,
Honestly.
and the coach.
Jimmy, who went to the Chargers, great pickup.
Yeah,
Okay, so who's winning free agency as of now?
Chicago.
Why do you say Chicago, Carlos?
Because they want to do anything to make Caleb Williams happy.
Weren't they discussing if they want to be 100% sure if Caleb Williams is even the right choice? Like they want to be 100% before they got rid of Justin Fields?
Well, right now they're looking. Well, let's be real. They are going to draft Caleb Williams. They really are. But where does Justin Fields go?
But that's what I'm saying though. They haven't like I saw something where it was Justin Fields like if he's gonna be what's going on with him basically, and it made it seem like the Chicago Bears they just want to be sure that they want to be 100% before they do anything with Justin Fields in regards to training him or whatever it is before they get before they go over to that Caleb Williams thing. I know you guys are saying and most people are saying too that Caleb Williams is gonna go to the Bears, but I still think it's a little bit up in the sky and it's not confirmed just yet.
Well, we'll see.
I'm gonna take a step out here and say that the Chicago Bears today have proven to everyone that they're gonna get rid of Justin Fields and they're gonna draft Caleb Williams. The only reason I say that is because the more I'm thinking about it, is you don't like okay. When I think of Justin Fields, I think of someone who can run and someone who can throw. Like he's almost like a Lamar Jackson 2.0, but he's not that good. Would you guys agree or no? Like he can definitely use his legs. He can run out of the pocket, but he can also throw the ball. I guess where I'm going with
Lamar can throw the ball though.
What?
I don't think Lamar can really throw. I mean, he has an arm, but it's just he's more of a running quarterback.
Right, and I feel like Justin Fields, as of now, he also likes using his
legs.
legs.
Lego, I think you should focus on what you were going to say.
Well, what I was getting at is the Chicago Bears.
But I mean,
I think Lego's having some issues with this.
Can you hear me?
So going back to
okay, yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, okay. What I was saying is, my bad. My audio may have cut out there. What I was saying was, I think the Chicago Bears today kind of showed everyone what they're gonna do. Is I think they signed a running back and they spent so much money on the position because they're gonna get rid of Justin Fields. They're investing a lot into the running back because getting Caleb Williams there, he's not that much of a runner. He's more of a thrower. And you're gonna need to complement somebody who's gonna be throwing the ball a lot. I don't see you spending like the Ravens. I feel like that's why the Ravens don't spend so much money on a running back because you have Lamar Jackson who runs the ball a lot. I'm not gonna say he's a running back. I won't disrespect a guy like that. He's 2-time MVP. But I do think that the Bears are gonna get rid of Justin Fields and draft Caleb Williams. And I think them getting DeAndre Swift today is a big indicator that they're drafting a running back because they're going to get a quarterback in there who's not going to run the ball a whole lot.
Okay, well, the Chicago with Caleb Williams being with the Chicago Bears, if they draft him, is that gonna not destroy, but what I'm trying to say is that gonna be enough for them to go to the playoffs, or is that just gonna bring them down? Because they're signing all these great players, great talent. So my question is that gonna throw off the Bears or no?
Well, whenever you get a new quarterback in the building, I think the quarterback is the most important position in the NFL because that's your leader and that's the person who's supposed to motivate the guys, and whenever you're down, whatever, that's the person who should be able to inspire not only the offense but the defense to pick it up. And there's going to be a huge adjustment process getting a new quarterback for sure. If that is if they get Caleb Williams after all. And I've said it before. I don't think Caleb Williams is that strong of a player.
I don't think so either. I think he is Bryce Young 2.0. He really is. I just don't everything that he's demanding, including the combine and whatnot. It's just not like a football player that you want or a leader that you want in the locker room. Like, come on, let's be real. Not showing his medical records to teams. Doesn't want to throw the ball. Just all this pettiness. I think that's gonna lead a bad example going towards if he goes to the Bears. So we'll see. I mean, there could be a surprise, but they have to trade Justin Fields. Justin Fields has to go to a different team. He cannot stay with the Bears. He just can't.
I agree.
He just can't. Anything you guys want to say about free agency? Crazy last 2 days. I will say this. As of now, I still think going into the next NFL season, it's really exciting because there's obviously a lot of talented players that hit the free agency this year that are going to different teams that were not so good last year and that could potentially make them a playoff team. So I'm really excited about that, and we'll see. I know for a fact the Cowboys aren't, as of right now, I don't see the Cowboys making the playoffs. That's just me.
Okay, Dan. Bro, that's just a little bit too far, man.
And then, also before we, close out the show, or the podcast, the 49ers just got better defensively.
Oh, yeah.
The 49ers are a juggernaut team. And also, I've been hearing, I don't know if this is true, there's obviously rumors that they are going to cut most likely Joey Bosa or Khalil Mack or even both from the Chargers. Don't know if it's true. Those are just rumors. And if they do, Joey Bosa is thinking about renewing with his brother at the 49ers. I mean, it is scary because look at all the talent that the defense has with the 49ers. But they do have a weak point, and that is Brandon Staley. So we'll see. What do you think, Josh, about your 49ers defense?
I think, we'll be fine as long as nobody gets injured in the fucking playoffs. Like it was, especially in the Super Bowl, bro. Fucking one of our players got injured, hopping on the sideline, and then, whatever. But in regards to the Joey Bosa thing, he's a defensive end, right? So,
Right.
And the 49ers, we did acquire a defensive end last season as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out if they do decide to do that. It would be badass for Joey Bosa and his brother Nick Bosa to be playing in the same team. And I think that chemistry would just be fucking there, and we'd get two dangerous defensive ends. But I think for the 49ers, for me, I really believe that they need a target wide receiver. Debo's kind of no, Debo and Ayuk, they've been balling out for sure, but I definitely feel like we are missing a wide receiver when it comes to our offense, and just with what happened in the Super Bowl, I felt like we were kind of a little bit limited to what we had. I know we have Christian McCaffrey. I totally get that. We have the best running back in the league. Like, I'm not saying anything about that, but I just feel like we needed a little bit more help when it comes to the wide receiver department. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there. But I mean, like I said, it's just the beginning, right? There's going to be a lot going on within these next couple of days. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything unfolds.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you guys are a complete team overall. You guys are favorites, I believe. I believe the Chiefs are favorites. You guys are favorites. The Eagles are favorites. And there's another team you got to look into that are favorites to win the whole thing next year. So we'll see what happens.
I will say is that I am excited for your Chargers, Danny, just to see how they. It's gonna be interesting to watch them and see just what that new coach does. Yeah.
I mean, realistically, obviously I'm hopping on that with the Cowboys. You just say we're winning the Super Bowl next year, but sorry, like just had to say that. But
Yeah, I'm this close of hopping off this. All right.
but no, I am excited to see. Obviously, I know Carlos, you're gonna say you guys will be last in the division, but I don't think so. I feel like this time we have a true coach. You know, we have obviously we still need to hit more free agents. We still need more players that are weak within the Chargers, like defense. I believe we need cornerbacks, safety. Derwin James is not. He needs to. I don't know what's going on with him, but I mean, no disrespect. He's been Chargers since the day we drafted him. He's been insane. But I think last year it wasn't a good year for him. So hopefully he steps up. And we just need another wide receiver. But I'm excited. We'll see what happens. Excited for the Chargers. I'm excited for this new running back. I'm excited for the new OC. Excited for Jim Harbaugh. See what he does. But realistically, I say we do go to the playoffs, but we'll lose either divisional or even AFC. Well, championship. We'll see.
So when do you think your team's finally gonna get that Super Bowl ring?
And
You guys haven't ever won a Super Bowl.
And I say 2 years, 3 years. I think Justin Herbert needs to win it soon because he's in his prime. He's what, 25, 26? Or 24? I don't know what his age is. He's around that age. But he's in his prime and this is where we need to take advantage before he becomes a Phillip Rivers, which I don't want.
Just want to add on to that. Justin Herbert is 26.
26. There you go. 1 year.
9 years.
So I just don't want him to be a Phillip Rivers 2.0. Because at the moment right now, it's him and Josh Allen. Like Josh Allen he's a really talented quarterback. He has an arm, but it's just they always choke in the playoffs, which is shocking to me. But that's another topic for another day, how I usually say it. But we'll see. I'm excited for the Chargers.
Okay. Well, I mean, unless anyone else has anything else to say, I think that's pretty much it for at least for today, right? We got another episode coming next week. We will revisit it next week, just depending on what happens. But other than that, thank you again for tuning in and being with us.
Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya.
Yeah,
Barça
I don't know
for
what
the
you're
win.
saying, but I'll end it here. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, and
Later,
see you
guys.
in the next one.
Go Pack Go.